looking there at scenes from Tick, Tick, Boom, a new musical on Netflix that's getting the Lin-Manuel Miranda treatment. And yes, you get a good look there. It is Andrew Garfield in the starring role, playing Jonathan Larson, who was the creator of the hit Broadway musical Rent. So this is an interesting premise for a movie. Eli is here with his Friday review to tell us a little bit more about the idea behind this Tick, Tick, Boom. Good morning, Eli.
Good morning.
Tell me more. Tell me all about it.
So this is a multi-layered love letter to Broadway. It is about the artistic process. As you mentioned, it's about the life of Jonathan Larson, who created the musical Rent, but actually died before he could see the smash success that Rent became. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not the making of the musical Rent. This takes place far earlier in his career. There he is. It's New York City, 1990. Broadway is looking for new sounds, new ideas. The AIDS crisis is raging on. John and his friends live a kind of bohemian existence. Bills are due. There's holes in the floor, but they have music. Let's take a look.
This is the life of Bohemia.
All right, so there he is, Andrew Garfield as John. He spent years writing, believe it or not, a science fiction dystopian musical. He's still working his day job at the diner. He's about to turn 30. All of these things coalescing at once. And he's about to present this at a very important workshop in front of some big deal producers. If he can just finish that one last song. Take a look.
He's getting out. You're going to be rich and famous.
And rewriting.
Did you crack it yet?
Oh, I'm getting so close. And rewriting.
Can I hear it?
Any day now.
8 years! And the time keeps ticking. Tick, tick.
You need to ask, are you letting yourself be led by fear or by love?
Fear! 100% fear.
And that is Andrew Garfield. And as Jonathan, he has this kind of volatile vulnerability playing this guy at this kind of crossroads, facing 30, facing these producers, trying to kind of prove to himself that he can get his voice out there. Is it time to double down on his dream or grow up and get a job in advertising? And on top of all that, yes, it's directed by Mr. Hamilton himself, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
You know, I'm glad you used the word layers because, like, just to be clear, this is a musical about someone writing a musical directed by a guy who's known for making a musical. That's a lot of going on there. Does it work, Eli?
It does, because I think through all of those layers, there is an honesty and a passion. Even from Lin-Manuel Miranda, let me show you something. This is from a few years ago. It's actually, I think, 2014, where he and his friends were performing a version of Tick, Tick, Boom. So this is a musical that he knows well. And in fact, Miranda said that when he was a young theater student in the 90s, he saw an early production of Tick, Tick, Boom, and it showed him the way. Like, it was a revelation in terms of like, oh, wait, this kind of rock opera style could work. And also it was a musical about a struggling artist trying to find his voice. And it came to Miranda at just that right time and kind of validated his own path. Now, I agree, movies about the artistic process can be hard. And yes, there are scenes of Larson getting an idea, jotting it down in notebooks. But what makes it so vibrant, so fun to watch is how he tells this story. This is messy. It embraces the ambiguity, and Miranda does that by combining storytelling devices. So there's the actual musical production of Tick, Tick, Boom, and that's what kind of starts off the movie, telling the story of the struggling John. Here's their opening song, 30 and 90. Take a look.
It's 30, 90. Why can't you stay 29? Hell, you still feel like you're 22. Turn 30, 19, 90. Back at that. What can you do? What can you do?
All right, so that's the framing device. John singing and also simultaneously telling the story of his own struggle, flashing back to 1990 with his friends in that ratty apartment, struggling to prepare for the workshop, pay bills, keep his girlfriend Susan happy while losing his friends to AIDS, all feeding into his own artistic inspiration. Being able to cross-cut between the flashbacks and the songs that they inspire, I think kind of cuts through that earnestness that sometimes kills some musicals. And there's some amazing sequences here. There is a song about Sunday brunch. I will not spoil. It gave me chills. It was remarkable. And listen to Garfield belt it out. He is a revelation here. You know, he didn't really sing before this movie, but they gave him a year and a half of vocal coaching, and I guess he got there. I'm not quite sure I bought or cared about his relationship with Susan, but if you're a struggling artist or looking for motivation or just some amazing numbers, Tick, Tick, Boom is open in select theaters across Canada right now and coming to your Netflix next week. 4.5 stars out of 5. That Andrew, he's something.
I think he must get that extra half star just for the fact, the surprise of his vocal abilities. I think so. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Eli. We'll be watching. See you next week.